Welcome. I'm Nancy. Thank you for being here, and thank you for hitting the subscribe button down below. So, well, first thing, I probably look a little different than I did the other day. I got a haircut yesterday, and the person who cuts my hair, I love her. She's great. She misunderstood what I told her. And so she cut my hair way shorter than I'm comfortable with, but my hair grows, no worries. So that's why my hair looks so different. So today I am sharing a 5 card spread called the Ancestral Bridge, and it's meant to connect you with an ancestor who can help you with an issue you're dealing with right now. Okay, so I've already drawn my cards, and I promise you I shuffled. I was randomly picking cards. Um, And I wanted to see if you could do this spread with tarot and with an and or with an oracle deck. So I pulled out an oracle deck I've actually never used. I might have gotten it on Kickstarter. It's called the Magick Cottage. Uh, I think it was Kickstarter. So there's a book that came with this, which I also have not read. So I'm just gonna fly by the seat of my pants and we'll see what happens. So if you want to do this along with me, I have my notes here so I can tell you the right thing. First thing you're going to do is shuffle the deck, whichever deck you're using, and draw a card for the ancestor who wants to come forward and work with you today. Now, if you're using tarot, you have two options. You can shuffle and turn one card over after another until you get to a court card. That's a page knight, queen, or king. That tells you something about the person because you know their rank. Are they a queen or are they just a page? And you know their element. Are they water, fire, air, or earth? So it gives you a lot of information. Or you can shuffle the deck and pull a card. And that's what I chose to do. So the ancestor who came through for me was represented by the Seven of Cups. Now, for me, this says it was an ancestor who had the same issue that I have. I see all these opportunities, all these choices of directions to go, and they all look really good, but they had trouble making a decision. And when it comes to consistency in things like walking or riding the exercise bike, I struggle. And I think this ancestor struggled as well. So, not a surprise they came forward. So, first card, the ancestor who wanted to come forward to work with you on whatever issue you had. Okay. Second card you're drawing is what's their gift to you? What's their gift? I drew the Four of Wands. It told me that this ancestor's gift was saying, look, you have a very stable, well-grounded life. So you have the tools necessary to accomplish this consistency thing. It's not pie in the sky. It's not your life is in chaos. It is you have all the tools, you are well-grounded, well-situated to do this. That is our gift to you. You don't have to do this in chaos. So, your second card, what is their gift to you? The third card in the Ancestral Bridge, what's the challenge? Now, the third card in a 5 card spread is oftentimes the key to the whole spread. So, I typically will give, if I were giving points, 1 point to every card, I'd give 3 points to the third card in a 5 card spread. Okay, so what challenge is going to come up for you in this? I had the Page of Wands. Poor little guy. He has the wand. He's not quite sure how to use it. So the challenge is, I don't know where to start. I just don't know. I'm like a little kid on a journey. I don't know what the journey is. I don't know what the path looks like, and I don't know what to take with me. That's for me. So for you, third card, the challenge of whatever it is you're working with. Fourth card, what can I do to heal my particular journey? And since my question is really about consistency in things that have to do with self-care, is it any surprise that my path turned up to be the Queen of Pentacles? Now, if you don't know tarot, let me tell you this. All the queens nurture, but they nurture in very different ways. This queen, Queen of Pentacles, nurtures in a very physical way. Now, this is my path of healing. This, I think of all of the cards in a 78 card tarot deck. If I had to choose one that was about abundant self-care, it would be her. She really knows how to take care of herself, and that's the path for me is better self-care, better self-care. So for you, fourth card, what's the path of healing that particular issue? The fifth card, what does stepping into solving this issue, what does stepping into that look like with that ancestor support? What does that look like? Well, interestingly, I drew the Eight of Cups. So I call this the hole in the heart card, and that's just me personally. It's somebody who has seemingly everything that they could want. They have all those eight upright, beautiful cups, and yet none of them fill the hole in this person's heart. So he is off under the moon, by the water, both very emotional images. If you know tarot, water and the moon are both very emotional. He's off to seek that which fills that hole in his heart. So if I stepped into the incredible self-care, what would it look like? Well, this is saying walking away from stuff that actually looks pretty good, but really isn't good for me. So I can't look at how other people do things. I have to find that thing that feels right for me. And this is telling me I am currently in this mode. So that's the fifth card. What does stepping into the power of card four, what's that look like? So hope you like that spread. I did decide to do it with the Magick Cottage, just to give it a whirl. And I drew um, the Ancestor. And I drew this card called, and this is, I'm flying on this one because I'm not 100% sure. I think my thing turned itself. Yeah, it did. Um, it's called Authenticity. And it's the doorway to an open cottage. And there are kind of creepy looking guy down there in stone. There's little critters. There's a weird bird or two up on top of the door. So my ancestor, what do you think? It's so interesting. There's so much in here and so much in here. So I think they're very similar energetically. This may not work with an oracle, but I want to try. Second card, what is their gift to me? I had to laugh. I have to laugh at this. Steps. Their gift to me is teaching me how to take one step at a time. By nature, I can be really impulsive, really impatient. And if I want something to happen, I want it to happen 3 weeks ago. This card is saying the gift to me is learning how to take one tiny step at a time. And that's so hard for me. But that's a gift that's being given to me by my ancestor. The third, the challenge. Well, it's funny. Here's this card called Sanctuary. This is a challenge. The challenge is for me not, I can get really cozy sitting down, working on a book, figuring out spreads, or playing a brain game without ever getting out of the chair. That is incredibly true about the challenge. I can stay in my little sanctuary. Um, my path of healing. Do you remember I drew the self-care queen? My path of healing, soaking in a tub. Okay, here's my confession. I bought 3 or 4 magical bath bombs a year ago. Have I ever used them? No. So, getting this soak card as a path of healing, it just totally cracks me up because it's so right on. So right now I'm going to say, yeah, Oracle cards are working fine in this. The last one, what does my empowered self look like? And I got a card called Instinct. And I think it's saying to me, remember I said with this card in the same position, it doesn't matter that everybody has their own ideas. Excuse me while I change this. Sorry. It doesn't matter how many ideas other people have. I really have to find what fills the hole in the heart. And this is saying instinct. And for me, that's saying trust my intuition. And I realize, and do you see that they're filling something? And I'm talking about filling a hole, and this card showing them filling something. Maybe the answer is finding out what the hole in the heart actually is. Easier to fill something that you know. So that's it for me today. It's called the Ancestral Bridge. 5 cards. I'll go over it one more time. The Ancestor, their gift to you, the challenge, the path of healing, and the empowered self. So leave a comment, do the spread. I'd love to hear your answers on this too. Again, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you next time.